Talk 99.5 and talk995.com. 21st of August of 2026 with a steamy day in store, but that is going to flatten out a little bit over the weekend as the humidity begins to dissipate. And by Sunday, we should be relatively nice with a high of 91 and no real humidity to speak of. It may actually be fairly decent outside. I certainly do hope so. It would be nice for a change. It has been quite the summer thus far, huh?
Mm-hmm. Hot.
Chance of rain this afternoon. Well, chance of rain before this afternoon, in fact, maybe coming up any minute now, or it could hold off, depending on where you are, obviously. It's a little different everywhere, needless to say. I don't know about you, but there's a lot of stress involved when it comes to selling a piece of property. You know that? There's a lot of stress involved, a lot of tossing and turning. You know, I have had to buy and sell, gosh, I've bought 7, I've sold 6 houses now. And every single time I do it, I'm always wondering, am I leaving money on the table? Did I price it too high? Am I pricing it too low? What am I doing here? I don't think it gets any easier, and it doesn't help when you have supposedly a listing agent here who's supposed to be helping you, and they look at you and go, I don't know, what do you think we should charge you? Hold on a second, aren't you the expert? What are we doing here? When you deal with Granger Thaggart Auction Marketing, you've got a completely different experience on your hands. You are more in control of the pace at which things are going to take place. You're allowing the market to set the price because, let's face it, demand drives price. Price doesn't drive demand. Demand drives price. So when you have a whole bunch of people there and they're all bidding for your piece of property, bidding against each other, you know you're going to get the best market value out of that in the long run. Plus, you know the date certain of close, date certain of sale, and you get to keep all the money because the buyer is paying the closing costs and the cost of sale. And I absolutely love the no punch list, the no contingencies. It's just, it really does remove a lot of the stress from the entire process. And Jack Granger's been doing this long enough that he can explain it to you a whole lot better than I ever could, which is why you should just go check out gtauctions.com. Whether you're talking about a large piece of property that maybe you own in conjunction with 2 or 3 other people, that's called undivided ownership, and you want to fight that battle, okay. He can help you out with that, does it all the time. Or maybe you have the old homestead, mom and dad's house, whatever it may be. These are the guys that are only too willing to help and show you a whole new way. And if you do have a listing agent, you can bring him or her along because they can always use a new tool as well. gtauctions.com to find out more. gtauctions.com. Granger Thaggart Auction Marketing. Subscription dog food service in the UK recalling all of its meals because it may cause sudden bilateral dry eye in pets, which can lead to blindness.
Oh, no. Another recall. Only this one's for your sweet pets.
Yes, it is in the UK, fortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one of those services, I think, like we have the Farmer's Dog here, right? There's a couple of others, I think, that you can sign on to, and they will send you the food every month. I'm not going to do that. My dogs are dry dog food eating pups. They like it. They love it, in fact. And there's a particular kind that I have to get because Luna's got, all these allergies and whatnot. But this company is called Years, and they're recalling all of its fresh meals, excluding the Chef's Collection line.
Is that the expensive one?
Probably.
It sounds like it.
It does, doesn't it?
Yes.
As a precaution, as it investigates the supply of buckwheat used in the meals. Buckwheat.
Buckwheat?
Buckwheat. Uh-huh.
So it's the buckwheat that's causing the
Tice.
bilateral dry eye
Feed times.
and vision loss.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
Who knew the buckwheat would do that?
Would you consider a subscription service for?
No, Lucy's got kind of a stomach that easily she has trouble even switching foods.
Oh yeah.
That's a whole process. Or if somebody, happens to come by the house and like, oh, let me give her some of this food. No, don't.
Don't do that.
It's going to lead to a disaster.
Yeah.
So, I tried. If everything's, we're going along swimmingly, with her, just leave it right where it's at.
Yeah. Good plan.
Including treats. I mean, even sometimes somebody like, can she have a treat? And I'll be like, okay. And later on, there's a problem.
Yeah. You end up having
So,
clean.
no, I think that probably wouldn't work in our household.
I couldn't do it. I don't know what it is. I
I mean, Dr. Andy told me what is really the best food.
Yep.
And so I went with that, and he's absolutely right. It's worked great. So she's healthy and happy, and everything's good.
I'm just not one of those hoity-toity, fancy schmancy dog owners where I'm shopping in the refrigerated section. Because there's at Walmart they have the whole dog food aisle, and there's the little refrigerator there. And it's like, and here's the special dog food. And I'm like, my dogs are not that special.
Unless they have something going on where you have to feed them some kind of special diet.
Yeah.
I get that, but. For the most part, if your dog is healthy, happy, and it's eating the food that you're giving it.
If you have to give the dog a halal diet or a kosher diet, you have to.
Do you have to do that?
I don't know if the dog is Jewish.
Really?
Yeah.
They do that?
Check to see. Is he wearing a little yarmulke?
Jeez. That took a turn. Let's call Spud and find out what's going on there.
Pretty much. Pretty much does. You might remember this story. 6-year-old girl who died in a badminton accident.
This is awful.
Horrible.
I mean, what could go wrong with playing some badminton?
You'd wonder, right? And I
apparently more than you thought.
Yeah, I remember the case now. Once I started reading this, I was kind of like, oh yeah, I remember this. And I remember at the time when they said badminton accident, I was like, it's got to be something involving the racket, because the shuttlecock can't really hurt you.
Well, the shuttle could put out your eye.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But it's not going to kill you.
Or you could somebody,
choke on it.
Right.
That's it.
Somebody
maybe.
hits it and it goes into your mouth, and you're like. Those are the only two things I can think of with that.
What happened here is the poor 6-year-old girl was swinging the badminton racket at the shuttlecock when the head and metal neck dislodged from the handle, flew into the air, and hit her in the temple, piercing her skull and entering her brain.
Oh.
That's awful.
Yeah.
6-year-old girl.
She must have been swinging that thing hard. But I had a badminton set when I was a child. It was the family set, of course. And the rackets we had were a risk to do this. You could feasibly lose the metal tube that was inside the handle would come flying out, and next thing you know,
that's not good.
The whole racket's on the other side of the net. Yeah. Fortunately, didn't hit anybody with it, didn't put any eyes out or anything like that. That's what we had lawn darts for.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what those were for. Did that one time with a golf club. The driver went flying off. The actual head of the driver.
Oh, my.
I hit the ball, and it went 100 yards down the fairway. I was like, that was the head of the driver. Thank God it didn't hit anybody.
Did it go farther than the ball?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, thank goodness. That would have been really bad. But yeah, sometimes that happens, and just what a horrible accident, because it led to the death of this little sweet girl.
Well, and now a lawsuit is taking place. Lawyers are suing the rental property in Limerick where this happened because they say the equipment was just not up to speed.
Well, how about the equipment company?
Well,
how did they know that it wasn't up to speed?
I don't know. Some of it has to do with you have to maintain it. If it was, rather old and they didn't, check it out and make sure that it was all where it was supposed to be, connected the way it was supposed to be.
Wow. That's serious.
Anyway, we'll see what happens here. I have a sneaking suspicion a large settlement is going to be in the offing. Roger Goodell says there is no doubt the NFL will have multiple teams overseas at some point and will hold the Super Bowl overseas as well.
Oh, I don't know that that's a good idea.
I'm not sure.
Do you know who? Well, wow, you've just really raised the ticket price for the Super Bowl tickets.
No kidding.
Heavens.
And are we changing the name of the NFL? Is it going to become the IFL for the International Football League?
That was my first thought.
Where are you
right off the
going
bat,
with
it's
this?
got to be, the Worldwide Football League or something. My second thought was, yes, you can fill up a stadium in Dublin. You can fill up a stadium in London.
You can't take the Super Bowl out of the U.S.
That's
un-American.
One time you can fill it up. That's my point, is that you can fill it up one time because it's a rarity. And in some cases, you got people flying over to Dublin to see their pro team play, and they're excited about that. And then the rest of them are Dubliners, sure. But they're there. It's an oddity. I don't know that they really love American football over there. They feel about American football the way we kind of feel about soccer, which is like, that's nice.
I think this is a bad idea. I do.
We get excited about World Cup time, and then we kind of forget it.
Exactly.
The Super Bowl is ours. It belongs to us, right?
I'll be
Why
shocked.
Are we sending it?
I'll be shocked if Goodell is right about this and we ever have teams in other countries.
My feeling
I think he
on
believes
this
that
is
it will happen. Question is will it in reality?
He's convinced it will.
I'm kind of
I
picturing
think
something along the lines of the first couple of years of the We Laugh, where you had a couple of teams here in the United States, you had a few teams in Europe, and eventually they just relocated and made it all Europe.
Yep.
You put a couple of teams in Europe, and sooner or later the owners will go, it's not really working here. We're moving to the U.S.
Yeah. Most likely.
And meanwhile, you've ticked off your base. Because the base is like, look, we love Super Bowl. We support the Super Bowl, and you're going to take it someplace else. I think about sponsors, too.
Mm.
I just don't think it's a good idea. I don't no.
On Sunday, we have the IndyCar Freedom 250. It's in Washington, D.C.
Y'all going to watch it? I bet Steve does.
I'll watch quite a bit of it. Steve told us about this well before it ever actually happened. He explained how all this was going to be. Have you seen the course, by the way?
I have. It is pretty neatly set where it involves a portion of Pennsylvania Avenue between the Capitol building and the White House.
Cool.
He is going to ride the IndyCar Freedom 250 course in his motorcade, Donald Trump, before the race begins.
And then he gets to wave the green flag.
I can't really see him getting in one of the cars.
No,
he'll be
It'd
in
be
the
a
back
little
of the
difficult.
I
to
have
do.
sat in one of those IndyCar two-seaters.
Yeah.
It's a tight fit, and Donald Trump and I are about the same height, so I can guarantee
wouldn't
you
work.
it'd be a tight fit.
Yeah.
He will be in the back of the Beast, and then he'll get out, and they'll have a little elevator for him to, instead of him actually walking up the steps of the. Usually, there's a little step ladder there, right? You know.
How does that go?
They're going to put him on a scissor lift, and then he'll say, "Gentlemen, start your amazing engines, the best engines.
Amazing.
These are the most
engines.
wonderful engines anybody has ever seen on any car. Everybody's talking about these engines and how good they are."
Where is he going to have a car with his name on it?
I
Yeah,
doubt it.
it's called the Beast.
Yeah, that's
No,
his-
not that one. Like, an Indy car
No,
No, I
with
doubt
Trump on it.
I don't think so.
Doubtful.
Come on.
Seems unlikely, doesn't
Seems likely he would have one.
it? Why?
Yeah, really. Well, he could buy one. But yeah, I saw where he's going to get to ride around and lead the field. Then he's going to wave the green flag to start the race, and Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy gets to wave the checkered flag to wrap it up.
Ooh, nice. I probably won't watch the whole thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if I was there for the beginning of it and the end of it. Maybe tune in the middle somewhere, see what's happening, see how things are going. But I don't know. Racing just it's a lot of going in a circle.
Or in this case, an oddly shaped square.
An
So
oddly
in other
shaped
words,
square,
you're going to
exactly.
wait till the last 10 minutes of the race and flip it on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of feel the same way about NBA games. You're like, really, only the last 10 minutes counts when you get right down to it. 9:18, Steve
Yeah,
gets a
but
turn.
that last 10 minutes on the clock lasts about an hour.
That's true. Steve's turn is coming up next. Stick around. 924. Dixon Divining, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. Work Trucks downtown, 2324 3rd Avenue South. Place to get your top-quality pre-owned work truck with everything you want on it and nothing you don't. They'll outfit it just how you like. They'll put a ladder rack on it. They'll put a pickup truck winch on it if that's what you're interested in. Tie-downs. You need a toolbox, whatever it may be. They've got a huge lot, over 100 vehicles in stock at any time, and you can see them all online at WorkTrucksWithAnXLLC.com. They're the Southeast's number one pre-owned work truck dealer for a reason. Work Trucks, 2324 3rd Avenue South, where they are all about trucks.
It's Steve's turn.
Well, Christopher Nolan's movies apparently are must-watch. He had some middling reviews. I gave it a good but not great review, talking about his latest movie, The Odyssey. According to box office statistics, while it is lacking behind the latest Spider-Man, The Odyssey still has made $1.35 billion. Just crossed that milestone this week, and that means it's also hit another milestone. It is now the new biggest moneymaker amongst all R-rated films. Just surpassed Deadpool and Wolverine during the week. And Ryan Reynolds, who, along with director Sean Levy, brought Deadpool to life on screen, had some fun with the new milestone, and they were very gracious about the fact that they got surpassed. They put up a quick video on social media, kind of combined the two films, used the part in Deadpool and Wolverine where the two were fighting inside a minivan. Richard, remember that scene? Remember what minivan they were fighting inside of?
That'll be the Honda Odyssey.
Bingo. Well done. Of course, it ended with a typical Deadpool comment that, well, I can't repeat here. As the Odyssey continues to build up to its cash intake, they're thinking $1.5 billion is going to be an easy thing that they'll jump over. And we'll see where it goes from there. There are actually only 3 movies that have topped $1 billion. The Odyssey, Deadpool, Wolverine, and 2019's Joker, the third. It brought in $1.078 billion in all. But there's one other thing that the Odyssey has done. It has taken Christopher Nolan, made him the 3rd highest grossing director of all time. He just surpassed the Russo brothers, who have done several Marvel blockbusters, most notably Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. And Nolan has done this without relying on franchises, save for his trio of Batman films. As for Nolan's place in the world of directors, he trails the one that most would predict to be the top grossing director of all time, Steven Spielberg. His movies have tallied an impressive $10.72 billion. James Cameron's next, $9.8 billion. Nolan third, $7.75 billion and counting. Russo brothers come in at $6.8 billion, but remember, Avengers Doomsday is their film, and that's coming up in December. Peter Jackson of Lord of the Rings notability at $6.6 billion. Michael Bay comes in 6th. Apparently, we like to see big explosions. David Yates, who has entries in the Harry Potter franchise, is 7th, and then rounding out the top 10, Ridley Scott, Tim Burton. Not sure I would have expected him to be in the top 10, but he's been fairly prolific. And J.J. Abrams of both Star Trek and Star Wars fame rounds out the top 10.
Huh. I saw the trailer for Doomsday, and I just don't know.
That means you need to watch it. You're not sure.
Not necessarily.
That's a watch.
I don't know. I mean, there are trailers I watch that I just go, man, I got to see this movie. And this one I watched, and I was just like, I can't tell what's going on here. Why are
Don't
we
judge a
doing this?
movie by its trailer.
Why not? Isn't that the whole reason why they're putting the trailer out there?
It's funny with the trailer because, again, you think, okay, they're going to put the best parts there, and it's like, no, wouldn't you want to save that for the movie? But you also want to draw people in, so you've got to lay some of the better parts of the movie in the trailer.
You've got to put at least enough stuff in there to get people excited about it. Mm-hmm. And
Yes.
I didn't feel that. I don't know what it was. For one thing, it looked kind of dark, not shockingly. Doomsday and all.
Sure. It's kind of in the title.
Yeah. And even though it's bringing back, some of your favorites from the Avengers universe,
Many of them.
many of them, it's still kind of like, I'm not feeling this. I don't know.
I'm curious as to how they're going to explain some of these.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Most specifically, the return of Chris Evans as Captain America.
Yeah.
Or Steve Rogers at the very least.
Exactly. What about I don't know the time scoop or whatever it is they came up with there for Endgame if they
Different
go back
worlds or whatever they're going to do. I
Well,
don't know yet.
everything multiverse of madness. Ooh,
I really hope that they're going to wrap up this multiverse thing, though. It's kind of played out.
Well, it gives you a license to do all kinds of different things,
It does.
and which is kind of annoying. You're kind of like, well, isn't that nice that you can just bring a character back to life because you want to? It's like,
Welcome to the world of comic books.
if you write yourself into a corner, you should have to figure out a way to write yourself out without using a magic trick, in my opinion. But hey, what the hell do I know?
Again, welcome to the world of comic books. That's
Yeah,
what they do.
that's
that and
exactly
soap
right.
operas.
I think wasn't there about 7 different Superman threads going at one time?
Probably.
It was a lot. It was crazy. Like all these different Superman comics you could buy, and each one of them was a different reality. Where, in this one, Lois doesn't know that Clark is Superman. In this one, Lois and Clark are married. And in this one, you're like, what? What is? Oh, here he is, a teen. He's a teen? What are you? Okay. 9:30, Dixon Divining Talk 99.5, talk995.com. We got a little food talk for you, and a Dixon Divining question of the day, and then we are going to ski daddle.
Ski
Yeah.
daddle.
That's a sign that you're becoming an old person. You say things like
Skedaddle.
ski daddle.
Ski daddle out
Yeah.
of here.
Air Supply? Okay. They're coming to town, I understand. I think I'm going to miss that show. 9:36. Dixon Dividing.
Let him get going here. See,
sorry,
and then
sorry.
you'll be like, oh, well, maybe. Yeah, I forgot. Okay, never mind.
No,
No, never mind.
No, I'm into it now. It's too late.
There it is. He's sold.
You're in it. Here it is, right here.
I
Here
gotta
we
buy
go.
my tickets.
You can send me a check later, Air Supply.
9:37. Dixon Dividing. Talk 99.5. Talk 995.com.
We're on top of the weekend. You know what happens tomorrow between 2 and 3 o'clock, and on Sunday between 2 and 3 o'clock? A great little show that Danny Knowles, and I shouldn't call it little because there's a lot of information packed into this 1 hour, but it's excellent information talking about finances. And each week, when he does this show for the 1 hour on Saturday and Sunday, there's a little something maybe you didn't know, more information. When we talk about finances and financial planning, I know a lot of people just glaze over at that and go, whatever, I don't have enough finances. I don't know enough about this. Well, that's why you reach out to Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group. First of all, listen to what they have to say on the weekend, and then get in touch with them. Knowles is how you spell Knowles. It's just wonderful to know that we have somebody here in the Birmingham area that we know here at Talk 99.5 very, very well, who does an excellent job of customizing financial plans for our listeners. That's what it's about. And Danny is not concerned that you have $500,000 before he'll talk to you. That is not the way the Knowles Group operates. They get super excited, especially young people starting out. That's when you're like, you know what? You've got years to really, really build some wealth. And Danny knows how to help you do that. Put your money where it needs to be. Think about taxes and health insurance and all the things that go into a financial plan. And there is a lot of elements that go into that. But he's the expert in the field, and the Knowles Group is ready to assist you. So don't put it off, and it really doesn't matter where you are in life, what age you are, and what your finances look like. Just at least reach out and let them help you out. TheKnowlesGroup.com is the website. Here it is again, TheKnowlesGroup.com.
Pizza Hut is dropping pizza from their name as the chain begins a temporary football-themed makeover.
That seems odd.
Franchise.
Temporary?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For the next 25 weeks is going by simply Hut.
See what they did there?
Hut 1, Hut 2.
See what they're doing.
See?
Company noted that Hut has been called before football snaps for generations, adding that now it's calling your next order. The company said in a social media post the temporary rebrand in place for the next 25 weeks. Transformation comes as the parent company Yum Brands preparing to sell the chain in a deal worth $2.7 billion.
Have we found out who's buying them, by the way?
Private equity firm Long Range Capital agreed to acquire Pizza Hut's operations outside mainland China for about $1.5 billion, and Yum China is buying the Chinese business for $1.2 billion. So there you go, $2.7 billion. Ta-da!
How do you like this change? Hut.
It's a stupid.
Just meh?
Yeah.
Blah?
It's
The storefront looks kind of cool, though.
It's
it's well, however whatever gets eyeballs on your business.
Yeah, I guess.
And people eating your food, maybe.
If this is what works for them, good for them.
I
Bravo.
mean, Pizza Hut's kind of gone by the wayside, so to say.
They have fallen on some hard times. I
Yeah.
would agree. Mm-hmm.
So
Now, this retro customer thing, Retro Hut.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this. The Retro Pizza Hut. It turns out that these things are a hit. Drawing customers from hours away as 1980s nostalgia is sending sales soaring. Interestingly, there's one in Homosassa Springs, Florida, okay? What happened here is they originally were going to do this with pretty much any one of the Pizza Huts that had the room to do it. You know, not the little locations where you just pick it up and drive in, or, the place where they only do delivery or whatever. But any place where they actually had the storefront, they were looking at potentially going back to this. And they invited the guy from Homosassa and a guy from Wichita, Kansas, to come in and take a look. And because they got one done. And so they went, and they were like, way better than we expected. Like, we kind of anticipated it was going to be good, but this is way better than we expected. Well, then, interestingly, the corporate is like, you know what? Never mind. We're not going to do it anymore. But these guys are like, well, we're doing it.
Yeah, because we like it and it's
Yeah.
working.
We're going to do it. The only problem they had is that the people who made the lights, the Tiffany lamps that hang
Yes,
down,
the cool looking lights.
they stopped making them. They
Oh
said,
no,
we're,
they could have somebody
dare
do
they?
that. They can do replicas of that.
and that's what they're going to do. They got
Yeah.
somebody else who's doing it for them instead. Because these guys were like, well, if we're not going to make them for all the restaurants, then we're not going to make them for any of the restaurants. But once they got a couple of these things open, suddenly they had folks clamoring to make these lights for them. So yeah,
You got to have the lamps. That was a big part of Pizza Hut.
the red cups, the people gathering around a table and eating without their phones in their hands, all the stuff.
The checkered tablecloths.
Let's not forget about the fabulous salad bar.
Salad bar is a must.
Usually there's at least a Galaga machine there, maybe a pinball machine over in the corner.
There were
something
one
like
or
that.
two of those, and you're good to go.
And it's funny that a lot of it is younger kids who are interested in seeing it because they'd heard about this from their parents, but they never had the chance to actually experience it. So now they're going
Hope
out
they're
there.
not disappointed.
Well, and I hope it's not just a flash in the pan.
Right.
I think,
See what
anytime
you did there, flash in the pan.
A flash in the pan pizza.
Sounds like a before and after clue on Jeopardy.
Waffle House has they got the tacos. Remember we were talking about the breakfast tacos?
Uh-huh.
Somebody actually went out and got a mouth on one of them. We actually have a review here.
Really? I
Interesting.
got to hear that.
Jukel Triplet, unit manager at location 1150. Been speaking with management and other test locations to hone the perfect taco. Customers like the tacos so far, but it's hard for some who have been coming to Waffle House for decades to suddenly change their order. I can see that.
Yeah, because that's vastly different. That's not a little different from your regular Waffle House meal. Your potatoes and your bacon and your eggs and your waffle and all the goodness that goes with all those things.
Here's my very strange take on this, or maybe it's not strange and everybody else agrees with me. If I'm going to a drive-through for breakfast, it's almost certainly going to be a biscuit of some kind. It's going to be a McGriddle. It's going to be a, Egg McMuffin, something like that. If I'm going to Waffle House, I don't want a breakfast sandwich. I want to sit down with a fork and knife and actually eat my breakfast like a man.
I would agree with you with that. If I'm doing drive-through, something easy you can eat and drive with.
Yeah.
If you're going inside to sit down, don't give me what I can get in the drive-through.
No, when they come popping up
Yeah,
with
I
a whole
don't-
breakfast taco thing.
It
it's like,
probably
no,
is a
get
little
that.
healthier.
You
I
think
mean, I'm
so?
looking at some of it. Eggs, you got the soft taco. You've got maybe some sausage in there. It doesn't look super fattening. I don't even see potatoes on the plate.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So maybe
that's
it's a little healthier meal. People are trying to figure out how to get some breakfast in their stomach without it being all greasy and fattening.
I'm sure as we are talking about it right now, Waffle House is trying to figure out how to make it less healthy. They're probably
Wait
Like
a minute,
this
they
one-
think this is healthy?
There's
Where
deep
fix
fried
that?
There's grilled chicken and egg.
Yeah.
That's all I'm seeing, and a slice of cheese in there. That's a pretty and it's a soft taco.
What if we deep fried it? I bet we could make it worse.
Bacon, egg, and cheese. All right, that's a little more fattening. Ham, egg, and cheese. Steak, egg, and cheese. That's pretty powerful protein right there.
There you go. I like it, but I'm still not going to order one. I don't see it.
No, I'm with you, Richard. If I'm going into Waffle House, I'm getting me the number one or whatever it is you
Going
get.
with what's on the
the
title
All-Star.
of
yeah,
the restaurant
I
there.
need,
You're
I
going
need
for
a little
waffle?
of all of that. Yeah. Right. I
They
can
do tend
get
to-
this anywhere.
Yeah, they do specialize in waffles. Maybe we should get one of those, huh?
Uh-huh.
The 2-pound Bear Claw pretzel might
The
be
what?
the NFL's most ridiculous stadium food.
A 2
Oh,
pound.
stadium food. Okay, that makes more sense now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-huh. Carby Indulgence joins Soldier Field's lineup in 2024, return for the 2025 season. Well, it hasn't been confirmed for this year. We're willing
Oh,
to
I bet you it's coming.
Have you seen a picture of this thing?
Ginormous.
Oh, it's
I'll have to look
scary.
at it.
I'm sorry, y'all. It's really scary.
It's about the size of a catcher's mitt.
It is like an old brown catcher's mitt,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what those little points are at the. That I guess it's the claw.
The claws,
it's
yes.
just
Hence the term bear claw.
that is awful.
Yikes.
Whoa.
I'm sorry,
hello.
that is not pretty. That is just an ugly.
And I'm trying to figure out whether or not it would taste good. I mean, I don't mind a pretzel, but that much?
If it's hot, Oh, you've got the dipping sauce too. If you have like the beer cheese, if you can dip like beer cheese in then now
Mustard.
you're,
Mustard, very good.
oh, that too.
I bet you could share this with other people. You don't have to just eat the whole thing yourself.
There's a video of a guy walking around giving it to people that are coming into the stadium. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
And I'm suddenly picturing the SNL sketch of the Superfans.
The Bears.
it's not a very pretty bear claw. That's all I know.
No, it is not.
kinda
But then
ugly.
again, it's a pretzel. What do you expect? 9:46. Do you know what mochi is? MOCCHI.
Mochi.
Mochi.
No.
It seems to be something
Is that a drink?
Japanese.
Is that
no,
a mochi drink?
It's something. Fried mochi is going inside a burger at Wendy's in Japan.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. Tsukimi Mochi Burger Series. A seasonal lineup containing chewy fried mochi, egg, bacon, and cheese, and burger patties into one gloriously stacked situation.
All right. So from what I can tell, this is AI telling me mochi, M-O-C-H-I?
That'll work.
MOCHI, correct.
Traditional Japanese rice cake made from short grain glutinous rice that is
Oh.
steamed and pounded into a sticky, stretchy, and chewy dough.
I'll pass.
Oh, I know what these are. Y'all have seen these.
Yeah.
Yes, I've eaten these, and they're not very good.
Okay.
They're not.
That's
Like
not-
they make like mochi ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen those
Yeah.
in the freezer section,
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
and they're like they've got a little dough. They're doughy on the outside, and then there's ice cream on the inside.
Well,
I
Bobby,
don't like these.
Let's not get
No,
them then.
I don't want
No
that.
taste test for us.
Now we know why it's only in Japan.
9:48. Dixon and Vining question of the day coming up next. It's 9:53. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. This weekend, a good time to go shopping for a little furniture. Flipsy's Furniture, 1811 Crestwood Boulevard in Irondale. Place you should go. Or maybe you'd like to go to the Hoover location, which is on Highway 31, across from the Galleria, next to 2nd and Charles. Either location is going to set you up with designer furniture at wholesale prices, and you are going to be happy that you found exactly what you wanted at a price you love. Sure, you can shop around. I'm not saying you have to shop around. I'm just saying you can shop around, but you better not buy nothing till you've been to Flipsy's. And once you see the fabulous folks there who are low pressure and they'll just kind of help facilitate the sale for you, and you see that they have the same stuff as the other guys, only it's less expensive and it's all quality, and the selection is huge. What are you waiting for? Flipsy's Furniture, 1811 Crestwood Boulevard in Irondale. Highway 31 in Hoover, next to 2nd and Charles. Don't forget, they got 12 months, same as cash. They have got that fabulous white glove delivery, which is a little bit more, but absolutely worth every penny. You're crazy if you don't take advantage of it. Stop by either location or check them out online, flipsysfurniture.com. AJ says, spoiler, doomsday, Steve Rogers is living with Peggy and his son in a different reality. Because of that, the world is going to be destroyed. Doom blames Steve for the loss of his child and wife. So he uses Reed Richards technology to ensure he controls the inversions to make sure he, Doom, rules them all. Okay, I'm not interested. You've lost me completely.
That's
now.
it.
Thanks for spoiling it all for us, AJ.
Now here's Jerry the Angry Trucker who says, my daughter said, I have already set a day aside to see Coyote versus Acme after seeing the trailer for the first time yesterday. I can't wait.
The trailer looks
Neither can I.
fantastic.
See, this is what I'm talking about. If you can't put together a trailer that makes me want to see your movie, then you probably don't have a movie worth seeing. So I could be wrong on that, but I've been nonplussed by pretty much all the Marvel stuff since Endgame.
I think, too, the Coyote Acme film, that's a lot of our childhood.
Of course.
I think they could have put,
Yeah.
I don't know that it's going to be a good movie. I just know that I want to go see it because I think that it'll be fun.
I've already got the tickets.
Wow. He's way ahead of it.
Yeah, already reserved.
Susie says, Steve, forget them. I love Air Supply and didn't know they were coming to town. I will now check out tickets. All right, you enjoy that, Susie. Did Valerie mention Kibosh this morning? Joe Davola knows Kibosh. He's kiboshed before, and he will kibosh again.
I think we all kibosh from time to time, don't we?
Seinfeld reference. I've kiboshed before. I'll kibosh again. Mochi means more cheese.
Sure.
That's according to Jim.
In American terms, mochi.
The Jaws gift shop in Panama City Beach burned this morning.
Yeah, I saw that images. It burned. I mean, it was a bad fire.
Total loss.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that could catch on fire.
Yeah, every little souvenir you could imagine is no longer there.
Some friends of mine from up in the Dakotas actually sent the pictures. I'm like, how are you getting these? That's weird.
They're all over the internet.
9:56, let's do this.
Dixon and Vining's question of the day.
What food did you think you'd hate, but you wound up loving it? Who you thought you were going to hate, but you wound up loving it. What is it, Steve-O?
I've never in my life liked cooked spinach. So when my wife started talking about spinach artichoke dip, I'm like, that sounds horrible. And then I tried it, and I was like, wow, it's actually quite good.
It's all that cheese. Can't go wrong with all that cheese.
Ew.
Yeah.
What about you, Valerie?
Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
Dad used to eat them all the time at the dinner table, and we were like, ugh. And as an adult, I love, steamed Brussels sprouts with a little butter.
Of course, it took a girl to talk me into trying sushi. I was the one who made fun of it. I was always like, ugh, raw
Not doing
fish,
that.
what's wrong? Hey, we in America, we cook our fish. We know how this is. When I finally got to try it for the first time,
You're like,
I
this
was
stuff's
like,
pretty good.
this is out. I think I put away $75 worth of my first, it's not cheap if you're getting
No,
good stuff.
yeah.
But I put away about $75 worth of sushi, and I was like, okay, note to self, be more careful in the future.
Mm-hmm.
It's not cheap. Let's see. Honey, says Eric. That's weird. Oysters. English peas, says Todd. Okay. Well, as a kid, I really did not want to eat tomatoes. I can eat them sliced and with salt and pepper and eat BLTs and another, but I can't remember. Okay, Brad. Okay, I haven't tried the vanilla ice cream with Asian chili crisp thing because I love chili crisp, and I'm afraid I would like it, but I would have to hate to say that out loud. Okay.
Big White Mike says avocados. Grumpy Old Goat said Brussels sprouts. Dean said smoked salmon.
Renee says asparagus. A lot of oysters. Okra, says Eddie. A lot of oysters, a lot of Brussels sprouts. John says, I really thought I'd hate a homemade brownie with ice cream and homemade chocolate sauce. Turns out to be pretty good.
You're so making
way to
that
stretch there,
up.
man. Way to stretch out.
Lots of things except liver. Mom tried calling it Swiss steak one time. Just no. Thank you, Kellen. Green beans. Then Mom tossed them in the pan with bacon and cooked potatoes.
Ricky says boiled peanuts, and until you try them, don't knock them.
I have tried them, and I'm knocking them.
So good.
Knock them all day long if I want
Yum.
to. There aren't foods I thought I would hate. I just didn't know if they'd be okay. Fried green tomatoes and salted caramel. Both of those greatly exceeded my expectations.
Put those
Yeah.
together? Is
Oh,
that
why
what
not?
you're doing?
Yeah. Want to put some caramel sauce on the fried green tomatoes.
Why not? Let's
really
try
got
that.
something to work with. Jared says blue cheese.
yeah.
I hate blue cheese.
Gorgonzola.
Oh, my
Yum, love
God.
them all.
It's rotten. Okay, that's it
it's
for us.
not rotten.
We are out of here. Back Monday morning,
Have
dark
a great
and early.
weekend.
6 a.m. talking to you then. Dixon and Vining. Bye
Bye-bye.
now.